All right, Ghost Machine. This is one that I sort of like heard about, forgot about, heard about, forgot about. Saw the Geiger cover, was like, oh wait a minute, and then I was like, oh, here it is. So I didn't quite exactly know what to expect. It's sort of an image project of a group of creators that are coming together, and you're going to recognize some of these names. So, move over Comicsgate. You've got Gary Frank, Jason Fabok, Bryan Hitch, Geoff Johns, Lamont Magee, Francis Manapul, Brad Meltzer, Ivan Rice, Peter Tomasi. It just keeps going, right? They take their creator owned characters and put them in one universe. And that's what we're going to have under Ghost Machine. So, Ghost Machine, it's more like a sampler, an anthology sampler for each character. So you have all of this information here. It's got all these different characters' names: Devour, Family Odysseus, First Ghost, Geiger, Hornsby and Halo, Hyde Street, Junkyard Joe, The Northerner, Redcoat, the Rocketfellers, Rook, the Soulless, the Unnamed, etc., etc. Ghost Machine Productions. So, basically, it says we believe. So it basically is almost kind of got sort of a philosophical Eric July Ripaverse thing here in the beginning, where it talks about principles, two vital principles, like talks about great comics, great characters. And then equity comes from true artistic ownership. That's a weird statement for me. I didn't know how equity comes from true artistic ownership, which is that's a very muddled statement. So so new characters from all genres, groundbreaking foundation of image comics. We prioritize the artists. So there we go. Here's some of their pictures. And then you have their table of contents with the unnamed, Geiger, Redcoat, unnamed timeline. Who are the unnamed? So let's go there first with the unnamed. It's kind of got like a little backstory here. Look at the art. This is, who did this? Who did art on this? This is Gary Frank. So Geoff Johns and Gary Frank, and Brad Anderson does color. And then Redcoat has Bryan Hitch. But this art, look at that. See, these guys know what they're doing. This is good stuff. So it's sort of, this is Geiger. This is the character. I almost bought a number one issue cover of this, and I was like, oh man, yeah, I forgot about this out. So now I'm kind of like not sure exactly what I want to buy with these, if these are like considered first appearances or not, and what's actually what we're going to really kind of expect. So it's sort of like just a quick little anthology, and then it's sort of like flips, right? Because we're going to connect it to the other. My family is dead. Because now I have nothing stopping me from being the monster they say I am. Because, but some of them are as dangerous as you. President Griffin, the electrician, Redcoat. Redcoat. He's like, who the hell is Redcoat? Well, I was born on the 13th of July in the year 1749, but I haven't aged a day since 1776. And then it's like a through history. He talks about Einstein, Davy Crockett, the Northerner, and then it's like, here he is. So he is basically Captain America, but with a revolutionary character who doesn't age, sort of a not Dorian Gray, just an ageless character. I was kind of thought about the way they redid the Sleepy Hollow show with Ichabod being like a revolutionary soldier. So anyway, that was very cool. I don't know if they're going for like a Chris Hemsworth type look, but they kind of gave him a little bit of a Chris Hemsworth look. It's kind of like a little bit of a cheekiness as well. So anyway, they shoot him right in the face, and then I'm not sure what happens between the moment I'm dead and the moment I'm living again. Still trying to unravel that knot, but I do see things. And then we're in a completely different sequence again. So here's what I can tell you guys. I had some fun. I was down the rabbit hole where I was learning a lot. I was finding out cool things, some different things. He's basically just explaining how, he basically rose from the dead. So like they try to bury him, and then they tried all different experiments with him. See, now he's starting to really look like Chris Hemsworth here. All right, so that's kind of how it progresses. I didn't like this. I didn't like that panel. I thought that was a little weird. Him in like almost crazed. So, but yeah, there's like putting him through different stories and things like that. So, Geiger #1 and Redcoat #1. This is April. Then the Unnamed. So it's kind of going through the Ghost Machine stuff. So in 1776, Redcoat becomes immortal. The Northerner begins his hunt. That's 1864. 1944, the monster is made. Then you have Junkyard Joe. So it's like a timeline of how everybody's. So I love this. I'm loving this. This is like, it's giving me a tease and information and all the information I would need to learn more and get involved. So yeah, here's your reference to, like, this is almost like your trading card, right? All your information. Here's your, like, first appearance, and how you can get all of his information, find out what's going on with him. Here's Junkyard Joe, same thing. He first appeared in Geiger #6. So all that's put together. Here's Redcoat. This is the Geiger 80 page. So he's in here. And then the Northerner from Junkyard Joe. President Sarah Nash. First Ghost #1. And it says this: Rock Exodus. A struggling former Earth was given a second chance on planet Exodus, a terraformed world where every aspect of nature is controlled by humanity, including the winged scavengers, etc., etc., etc. So the art, though, look at that. Pigs and crazy, guns ablazing. Man, you can just feel the movement and the emotion. Look at this running. It's like over the side. And then he turns, he's blasting. They're falling into the water. That is just so well done. He calls him Pumbaa. That's kind of funny. Yeah. So yeah, it just kind of takes you on this journey, and then you get this shot. Look at this, very Star Wars wannabe, man. Look at that sci-fi, Halo, futuristic. What am I looking at? Yeah. Okay, so then we get continued in Rook Exodus #1. So that's what that's going to be. And then you have his information here. This is his first appearance, according to that. Jason Fabok and Brad Anderson did the art with GEOFF Johns. Here's Swine. Dirt Wolf. Yeah. And then choose your animal. Oh, cool. Then here's this Family Odysseys. This is the Family Universe is a full, so it's got all this. So this is kind of how it proceeds. Each one has some different feels, some different concepts, unique characters, enough to kind of like tease you a little bit. So what I liked about this was kind of what I was critical with some of the independent projects. Let me say this. It was my biggest criticism of Rippaverse. I felt like Rippaverse, ISOM #1 should have just been called Rippaverse 0. He should have published like 20 pages and then rolled out a 75-page ISOM #1, which would have basically been the rest of ISOM #1 and 2, and then set up an alpha core and then set up a Yaira and whatever, because the story is so disconjointed in ISOM 1 and 2. I don't consider it as bad as some people do. I just feel like he's setting up a lot of stuff, and he kind of gets out over his skis, talking about things we don't understand, why they're there. And it's like, I'll just get to it. Well, but that's like a Rippaverse 0. That's like a universe building book. This is kind of what this is. This is Ghost Machine is a universe building book. It's giving you teases and pieces, and you can kind of pick and choose things that you would be interested in. Look at this family adventure type thing. Look at this VW's detail. All sorts of crazy detail here in the movement. Very well done. And then I like the fact that it's so different. Look how it's just not, he's got 5 panels across in the big panel. And he goes down to this. Then over here, once we start having the action, we start moving in the van. Notice that as he starts speeding up, so he goes, okay, her battery is low, need recharging, or tighten your seatbelts. Hang on. He speeds up, and now it all goes sideways. Quite literally goes sideways. Isn't that cool? Very cool. All right. So that's that one. And again, you come back down here to the bottom, you have some more information, another teaser, another stories. So yeah, this was this was a very pleasant surprise and something I'm probably going to try to dive a little bit deeper and wider in. So you may see me go backwards and do Geiger and whatever. So yeah, had a good time. If you are interested in this, let me know. I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. Different creators that you'd love to see, or some names maybe you were surprised there. I like the fact that it's a collaborative project, but it's not meant to be I'm stepping on your toes. It's like, okay, what do you got? I got, well, you know, and it's like a coming together kind of thing. So I'm assuming everything is centered around Johns and out, but I don't totally understand the dynamics there. Maybe there's some interviews and things like that. And feel free to hit me up and let me know where those are so I can learn. But yeah, thanks guys for watching. I am Pops.
Yeah. Right.